Hey everybody, he's Ray Didinger. I'm Derrick Gunn. This is Birds Weekly, and it's time to look at the upcoming matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Ray, when you look at this matchup, the Eagles have gone down to Tampa and lost 3 of the last 4 down there. Obviously, the heat and humidity had something to do with it, but let's start with the biggest problems in terms of the Eagles dealing with the Buccaneers. Todd Bowles and that Tampa 2 defense. Why is it that particular defense gives Jalen Hurts so many problems?
It's not an accident, you know. I mean, it's not like it's a coincidence. It's happened often enough that there's a connection there. And Todd is and always has been the same kind of coach, same kind of play caller, whether he's a defensive coordinator or the head coach. I mean, he runs his defense the same way. They play a 2 deep coverage, but they mix in a tremendous number of blitzes. They blitz a lot. And he does a very good job of disguising them. I mean, he shows you one thing, makes you think the pressure's coming from here, but it's actually coming from there. And he builds his defenses that way. He calls very aggressively, and he's very good at taking away the things that you want to do. So I think in this game, I'm going to be real curious to see how Todd approaches it. Yeah. I'm assuming that he's going to want to come out and do what the other defensive coordinators have done, which is take Barkley out of the game. Mm-hmm. Let's shut down the running game. Okay, well, if you're going to do that, then how much are you going to get after the quarterback? Mm-hmm. It's going to be a little bit of a push-pull kind of thing between Bowles and Hurts and his own coaching staff of how they're going to approach this. But it's a very clear pattern here that Hurts has not played well against Bowles coach defenses. Mm-hmm. And that's something that the Eagles they have this whole week to study the film, study the tape. Yeah. They've played the Bucs often enough that there's enough tape to look at and come up with a better plan than what they've had before. But I mean, what you said at the start is true. I mean, the Eagles have gone down to Tampa Bay twice now the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. And it got blown out. I mean, the game last year, week 4 game, they went down there and they got blown out. And then when they went down there the year before that, the playoff game, they got blown out again. Mm-hmm. And so they're very aware of what they're walking into. Yeah, they're 3-0, which is good, but the Buccaneers are 3-0 too. Mm-hmm. And I just saw a stat this week that the Buccaneers, getting to 3-0, have done something that no NFL team in history has done. Mm-hmm. And that is, they have won all 3 of their first 3 games. They got to 3-0, winning 3 straight games in the final minute.
Yes.
So that tells you that no matter how this game starts, the Buccaneers are going to approach it with the idea that we're going to be in this to the end. Mm-hmm. So teams like that have that kind of belief, they're hard to put away. So the Eagles better. I mean, I know they've had a tough stretch. The Dallas game was not easy.
Yep.
Kansas City was not easy, and the Rams game certainly wasn't easy. But they're going to have to suck it up and get another big effort because the Buccaneers are going to be a challenge on Sunday.
Ray, how much of a character building mode is that in terms of when you can come back like that in consecutive weeks? We've seen how it works for the Eagles, but for a team like Tampa Bay that overall doesn't have the same quality of talent that the Eagles do, they're a very talented team, but man for man on the roster, not as talented as the Eagles. What does that do for their confidence? Because I think when we talked about playoff teams in the NFC, Tampa Bay was like near the bottom of the teams you might have considered. Now, the way they're playing, fighting tooth and nail, and the way they're finding ways to win games, you have to put them right in the mix as a serious contender at this point.
Yeah, I think you do. When you and I were sort of handicapping the races before the season started, I think we both were talking about the NFC South was a weak division.
Exactly.
And our feeling was, the Buccaneers, they'll probably win that division because there's just no other really good teams there. Mm-hmm. But you look at them now, and assuming it plays out that way, assuming that they are in the playoffs, which I believe they will be, the way they're playing, I think they're dangerous, because they have that. If they keep winning games like this, people can call them lucky or whatever, but looking at it from their side, it just gives them tremendous confidence. And a lot of it really comes from the quarterback. Baker Mayfield, if you followed him all the way back to college where he won the Heisman Trophy. He's always been that kind of quarterback. He's always been this really resourceful, gutty, never out of a game, scrappy kind of guy, and just natural leader type. He's bounced around a lot, and people are saying that, oh, he's not that good. He's another one of those Heisman Trophy busts and so forth. But it's really another one of those cases of a guy that just needed to find the right situation.
Yes.
And he found it in Tampa. He got down there with a team that needed that kind of leadership. He got down there with a team that had a couple of really good receivers, and it all just fell into place for him. And right now, they believe in this guy, and they think they can win with him every time they line up. And I'm sure that's the attitude they're going to bring into this game on Sunday.
Hey, you know that one guy in the group chat who hit a 5-leg parlay week 1, and he wouldn't shut up about it for the rest of the season? Sounds like Kaplan, right? Yeah, it could be him. It could be you, and we would all want to be you. MyBookie makes it stupid easy to get in on the action, whether it's college ball, NFL, super contest, and survivor pools. All the spreads, player props, and in-game lines that you could want all under one roof. What more could you want than that? If you're new to MyBookie, use our code, THEBIRDS, THEBIRDS, The Birds. Use the code, and any bet you choose up to $500 is fully covered. Make your play, and if it doesn't hit, you get it right back when you opt in using your bet back bonus token. There is no better time to jump in right now. No better place to play. Football is back. Let's make some money with MyBookie.
Sports are all about competition. Every snap, every possession, every clutch moment matters. That same energy is what 1v1 Me brings to video games. Every single day, you can watch and stake on matchups in Madden, NBA 2K, FC, and Call of Duty Search and Destroy. All the games are streamed live. Every match has refs, and payouts are instant. And these aren't just random online lobbies. These are the best players in the scene, pros, streamers, and rivals. With season playoffs and the championship game on the line, every game matters. Over $100 million has already been paid out on the app, and the community is growing fast. If you're a sports fan, a gamer, or just someone who loves having a little extra on the line, 1v1 Me is where you need to be. It's not just about winning, it's about the bragging rights too. Every match has a chat going crazy, and you can back your picks in real time. Download today and use code BIRDS. Your first stake on the app is risk-free. That's code BIRDS for a risk-free first stake.
I will go so far as to say, at this stage of his career, Baker Mayfield, through 3 games, still a 3-game sample, is playing probably the best football of his career. I'm not basing it on stats. Sometimes we in general get caught up too much on statistics. But you just worded it so eloquently in terms of moving the team, using his feet to pick up key first downs, making the key throws. I mean, he's only completing like 61% of his passes, 62% of his passes. But he's made the necessary throws, the big throws when he had to. I was watching one of the games where it was a 4th down situation. He took off and picked up like 15, 20 yards with his legs to sustain the drive, and they moved in and scored a touchdown off of that particular drive. I think Baker right now, at this stage of his career, is playing his best football, and I think is significantly because of what you just said. He finally found a system, a scheme that caters to his strengths more so than his weaknesses.
Yeah, and he has a lot of autonomy. I mean, if you watch their games, are they sending plays into him? Yeah, but you just get the feeling that he's calling the shots out there. I mean, he's always been that kind of quarterback, which I think accounts for what happened to him in a couple of these other places that other teams wanted a quarterback they had a little more control over. Baker kind of wanted to do his own thing, and that works in some places, not in others. But I think he's got a team around him in Tampa Bay and a coaching staff that is giving him that kind of authority, and he thrives at it. And you're right. I mean, he's not, he doesn't run like a Jalen Hurts. He doesn't run like a Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's not that kind of guy.
Right.
But but he'll hurt you. You know, if you leave a gap open on a 3rd down and 6, he'll run you for 9 and 10 and move the sticks. I mean, whatever it takes. In this sense, he's a little bit like Hurts, maybe a lot like Hurts.
Yeah,
and that whatever it takes from week to week to win the game, that's what he's going to do. You know, I always liked him in college. I really did. I thought he was fun to watch because he was a guy that he just had a lot of moxie, you know, and it's showing now. And he throws the ball. He's not afraid to stick into tight windows, and they've had some injuries on the offensive line. So Baker is Baker. I mean, you know what you're going to get out of him, but he needs the protection and he needs his best receivers. And maybe the Eagles will get a little lucky this week, and maybe the Bucs will show up a little short-handed.
I just read a report that said Chris Godwin could make his season debut Sunday against the Eagles. And of course, obviously, Mike Evans suffered a hamstring injury in their win over the Jets. I hope Godwin's not playing, but if one of those guys are playing, you know, that's going to give this Eagles secondary another test. An Eagles secondary that's still growing into what I'm sure Vic Fangio wants it to be. You know, it had some problems again against the Rams, but it's a secondary that's still finding its niche, trying to find its identity and its continuity early on in this season. It is,
and if they had their full complement of receivers, I'd be a little concerned about that because there's no matchup in there that to me is a good one for the Eagles at that second corner. You know, I mean, either Godwin or Evans on a Dory Jackson would scare the daylights out of me. I mean, Evans, you know, because he's played in Tampa and because they are not what you would consider a truly high visibility team, I don't know if people really fully appreciate the kind of career that guy has had.
Jeez.
I mean, cranking out 1,000-yard season one after another, after another, after another. I mean, there's no question. He's a first ballot Hall of Fame guy. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And that's the kind of player he is. And if you're the Eagles, with some of the issues you've had in your secondary, that would be a real concern. From what I'm hearing, I'm kind of hearing what you are, that Godwin is trending towards playing. I think you'll see Godwin on Sunday.
You know, Tampa Bay is not known for being this prolific running team, but they're averaging 4.3 yards per carry, Ray. You expect them to try to attack the interior the way the Rams did?
I think they will. You know, I would expect them to because a lot of the stuff that Mayfield seems to work best, he's very good at the play action stuff, you know, and come out and they'll run the ball, have some success running the ball, and then they'll start running play action and hitting you with big plays down the field. That's when he's at his best, and also on the move. And yeah, I would expect them to come out and run the ball early, especially when they look at the film of what the success that the Rams had in that. I mean, the Rams ran the ball pretty well against the Eagles. Yeah. So I think the Buccaneers will try and do that too. You know, the Eagles, I mean, you mentioned it earlier that the Eagles have had no luck in Tampa Bay at all. I mean, I think of the last 7 meetings that the teams have had, the Eagles are 1-6 the last 7 times they've played this team. And a couple of the beatings were pretty one-sided in Tampa Bay's favor down there. That's just never an easy place to go play, especially early in the season when it's brutally hot and humid. And now with that team at 3-0, you've got an energized fan base down there. I mean, those Buccaneer fans who kind of come and go, you know, like a lot of the Florida NFL fans. It's one of the things I noticed traveling around. You know, Florida is all about high school and college football.
Absolutely.
You know, high school football is huge in Florida, and we all know that college football is huge in Florida. And honestly, in the state of Florida, NFL football is in 3rd place in terms of. Now, the people will turn out if the team's winning. You know, they'll get on the bandwagon. But if they're just so-so or less, not much. But right now, people kind of are on the Bucs bandwagon with a 3-0 start. They're going to turn out in numbers on Sunday. Now, I know the Eagles fans will be there too because it's a nice trip for Eagles fans, and they'll be down there, and you'll hear some Eagles support. But the Tampa Bay fans are pretty excited about their chances this year as well.
You know, you touched on the weather a moments ago, and of course, at this time of the year, it is still hot. It is still humid down in Florida, and weather sometimes can be a significant part of the psychological warfare when you're talking about playing a game like this. Our colleague and friend John Clark reported that the Eagles plan on going down to Tampa on Friday instead of Saturday, and possibly having a practice session on Saturday. Good thing to do that, to try to get these guys better acclimated and get that thick air in their lungs a lot sooner.
Hey, fall is planting season. Did you know that many plants and trees actually do better when planted this time of the year? But you got to know where to start, and that's why I love fastgrowingtrees.com. Doesn't matter if you live in the sunny South or if the air's getting a little chilly where you are, the plant experts can help you find the perfect fit for your space. They've got everything your yard needs: fruit trees, privacy trees, shrubs, flowering trees, so much more. And Fast Growing Trees makes it so easy for you to have your dream yard, because you can order online and get your plants delivered directly to your door. If you're like me, you're tired of spending way too much money on landscaping. And if you walk into one of those nurseries and you look at all the stuff they have, you have no idea where to begin. That's why you need fastgrowingtrees.com. Doesn't matter about the size of your yard. They got over 6,000 plants to fit any space, and a 14-point quality checklist ensures you will get the best quality plants possible. This fall, they have the best deals for your yard, up to half off on select plants and other deals. And listeners to our show get 15% off their first purchase when using the code BIRDS at checkout. 15% off at fastgrowingtrees.com using the code BIRDS at checkout. Now's the perfect time to plant. Use BIRDS to save today. The offer is valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions may apply. Check out the link below or in the show notes and support the show. Hey, Philly fans, game day is stressful enough. Parking, traffic, long lines. We've all been there. But when it comes to your cannabis, Camden Apothecary makes it easy. This is the dispensary for sports fans, just minutes outside of Philly with plenty of free parking. You'll be in and out fast, no hassle, no waiting. And they don't just care about convenience. Camden Apothecary is all about the guest experience. Their staff makes sure you feel taken care of every time you walk in. Plus, they carry only the best quality cannabis at the fairest prices. So whether you're stocking up for the tailgate, the watch party, or celebrating a big win, you know you're getting the good stuff without overpaying. They even show love to the community with specials for fans, students, service members, and healthcare pros. Camden Apothecary, top quality cannabis, great prices, and an experience made for Philly fans 21 and up.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, the Eagles are pretty smart about this stuff. I mean, they take this sports science kind of thing pretty seriously, and I'm sure they've studied it. And if they feel there's some merit to it, yeah, listen, I'm sure all week they're going to be hydrating.
Yeah.
All week they're going to be hydrating, getting fluids in these guys before they get down there. But yeah, I mean, for an extra day to kind of just get acclimated down there, it's probably not a bad thing. And I think it's going to be another tough one. I think it's, I think it's going to be another one of these end of the fourth quarter. You're on the edge of your seat because I think the Bucs are good, and moreover, they think they're good. Yeah. And so they're looking at the Super Bowl champs coming in there, and their attitude is, "Oh yeah, you're 3-0. Well, so are we." And that's why I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be another real tough one for the Eagles. But the 3 straight weeks they've always found a way to win. Yes. Let's see if they can do it again.
All right, Ray, the moment of truth. Give me your prediction for this game.
I'll go with the Eagles.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at it a couple different ways. I mean, they're 19-1 in their last 20. So there's a sense of that, they can't keep this going. I mean, and there's some truth to that. The law of averages tells you that. But as long as the team's on this kind of a roll, I'll ride with them. So I'll take the Eagles, although I think it's going to be another tight, low-scoring game. I'll say, 24-21.
You almost took my score. I'm going to take the Eagles. I'm going to say like 23-20. I think this is going to be another one of those brass knuckle, backyard alley, knockdown, drag out type brawls. Somebody's getting bloodied in this game, but I think just based on personnel and roster, the Eagles roster right now is a lot healthier and a lot deeper than Tampa Bay's, especially if Mike Evans doesn't play. So I'm going to go Tampa Bay losing to the Eagles 23-20. All right, that is our outlook for the upcoming game between the Philadelphia Eagles at 3-0 and the 3-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll see how it plays out. For Ray Didinger, I'm Derrick Gunn. This has been Birds Weekly. So long, everybody.